Good morning. Happy Memorial Day. Wanted to take a minute today, and I had to do some research. My son and I were talking about Memorial Day and what it is and what it actually stands for. So we were talking, and I had to do a little research. It's pretty interesting. There's stuff in there that I didn't know. Okay, so Memorial Day is an American holiday, obviously, observed on the last Monday of May, honoring the men and women who died while serving the U.S. military. This year, it'll be May 30th, today. But did you know it was originally known as Decoration Day? It originated in the years following the Civil War and basically became an official federal holiday in 1971. Many Americans observe Memorial Day by visiting cemeteries or memorials, holding family gatherings, and participating in parades. But unofficially, it marks the beginning of the summer season. So, where was the birthplace of Memorial Day? Well, the Civil War, which ended in the spring of 1865, claimed more lives than any conflict in U.S. history and required the establishment of the country's first national cemeteries. By the late 1860s, Americans in various towns and cities had begun holding springtime tributes to these countless fallen soldiers, decorating their graves with flowers and reciting prayers. But did you know each year on Memorial Day, a national moment of remembrance takes place at 3 p.m. local time? It's unclear where exactly this tradition originated. Numerous different communities may have independently initiated the memorial gatherings, okay? And some records show that one of the earliest Memorial Day commemorations was organized by a group of formerly enslaved people in Charleston, South Carolina, less than 3 months after the Confederacy surrendered in 1865. Nevertheless, in 1966, the federal government declared Waterloo, New York, the official birthplace of Memorial Day. Waterloo, which first celebrated the day on May 5th, 1866, was chosen because it hosted an annual community-wide event during which businesses closed and residents decorated the graves of soldiers with flowers and flags. So it was originally recognized as Decoration Day. On May 5th, 1868, General John Logan, leader of an organization for Northern Civil War veterans, called for a nationwide day of remembrance. And later that month, the 30th of May, 1868, is designated for the purpose of, decorating flowers and others decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion. And those bodies now lie in almost every city, village, churchyard. The date of Decoration Day, as he called it, was chosen because it wasn't the anniversary of any particular battle. On the first Decoration Day, General James Garfield made a speech at Arlington National Cemetery, and 5,000 participants decorated the graves of 20,000 Civil War soldiers buried there. Many northern states held similar commemorative events, reprised the tradition in subsequent years, and by 1890, each one had made Decoration Day an official state holiday. Southern states, on the other hand, continued to honor the dead on separate days until after World War I. So the history of Memorial Day. Memorial Day as Decoration Day gradually came to be known, originally honored only those lost while fighting in the Civil War. But during the World War I, the United States found itself embroiled in another major conflict, and the holiday evolved to commemorate American military personnel who died in all wars, including World War II, Vietnam, Korea, and Iraq and Afghanistan. So for decades, Memorial Day continued to be observed on May 30th, the date General Logan had selected for the first Decoration Day. But in 1968, the Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which established Memorial Day as the last Monday in May in order to create a 3-day weekend for federal employees. The change went into effect in 1971. The same law was declared Memorial Day a federal holiday. So, what are some of the traditions and rituals? Well, cities and towns across the United States host Memorial Day parades each year, often incorporating military personnel and members of veterans organizations. Some of the largest parades take place, I believe, in Chicago, New York, and Washington. Americans also observe Memorial Day by visiting cemeteries and memorials. Some people wear a red poppy in remembrance of the fallen in the war, which I didn't know that. A tradition that began with World War I poem. On a less somber note, many people take weekend trips to throw parties and barbecues on the holiday, perhaps because Memorial Day weekend, the long weekend comprising of Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, unofficially marks the beginning of summer. So if you know a veteran, why don't you take a moment, text them, call them, say hello, go visit a cemetery. Those people paid the ultimate price for us. I'm deeply appreciative of what they've done. I hope you are too. Stay away from all the negative noise. There's always people that want to use this as a platform for something negative. Don't do it. Make it all positive. Teach your little ones about it because I think it's getting farther and farther away. I noticed that. I never had that conversation with my son until he was 17. That's unfortunate. You guys have a great day. Be safe. Take care. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you've had a great long weekend. Say something nice to somebody. We'll see you soon.
You've been listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast with Coach Wayne. Join us next time for more money-making strategies to help you have less stress and more free time. Follow us on Facebook at Productive Not Busy, on Instagram at frontline.coach.wayne, and on Twitter at Wayne New Jr. And remember, be productive, not busy.